in the world.
Over the weekend, the Hamas Health Ministry announced that 50,000 people have been killed by the IDF. The number didn't faze anybody, except, of course, the families whose loved ones died. Are we so attuned to Israeli slaughter that a number of that magnitude doesn't even make the front pages?
Judge, it's not Israeli slaughter. We're attuned to white people killing brown people. I mean, I'm just going to cut it down. When Madeleine Albright, back in the 1990s, I think 1995, 1996, was confronted by CBS News about 500,000 Iraqi children dying because of the sanctions the United States put on, she said it's a price we're willing to pay. Now, just imagine that, an American Secretary of State saying it's a price we're willing to pay, about 500,000 children dying directly because of our policies. Now, if these were 500,000 Kosovo children or Albanians or white kids from Europe, America would be up in arms, the world would be up in arms, because you can't kill that many white people. You're not allowed to kill that many white people unless they're Ukrainians, and then apparently you can kill 1.1 million of them. But those are soldiers, not civilians. The idea of going in and bombing white civilians and killing them in this numbers is unacceptable. We do it to brown people all the time. We don't view brown people as being human beings. It's just the God's honest truth. Here in America, we don't. We don't equate black lives to be the equivalent of white lives. We're used to having the numbers of black health figures skewed out. And we say, well, that's just their problem. Their problem. They're human beings. It's our problem, a collective problem. It's the same thing we have when it comes to Arab Americans. We don't care. We can slaughter them by the millions, and we don't care because, my God, and I would sadly say, if we ever went to war in south of the border, we have zero regard for Mexican lives as well, or any brown lives. If you're not white, your life doesn't count. And I'm just being blunt, straight up honest. The American people can get mad at me and say I'm wrong. Look in the mirror and tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that you know deep inside your heart that a dead brown person doesn't move you like a dead white person does, because we are an inherently racist society, because we still believe in white supremacy. We still believe in the exceptionalism of being white, that somehow we are superior to others, and we're not. We have had the benefit of history. We've had the benefit of opportunity to where we do populate the upper tiers of society. But that's not because the color makes us inherently better. It's because the color has been attached to policies that have put the other people down, allowing us to rise to the top. And it translates into foreign policy. We would not allow Americans to bomb white people the way we're bombing Yemenis. And we wouldn't allow Americans to talk about putting nuclear weapons on nations populated by white people the way we're talking about the potential of nuclear. And I have to tell you, the whole Iraq experience exposed the racism of the United States. We just allowed that nation to be eviscerated, gutted, slaughtered, murdered, and nobody blinked an eye. The numbers just didn't cause any concern on the part of America. 500,000 Iraqi children, that's a price we're willing to pay. And if any American is okay with that or doesn't condemn it, we now know what the problem is.
Right. I mean, history teaches that the analysis you just gave us is sadly a correct one. We don't even have to go back through all the historical examples of this. When President Trump said we'll turn Gaza into Riviera in the Middle East and we'll just find another place for these people to live, your argument is this would never happen if the Gazans were white.
If we said we're going to turn Odessa into the Riviera, we'll just find a way to put those 5 million white Ukrainians, we'll displace them, we don't care. Wouldn't happen. We don't treat white people the way we treat brown people.